So let's just regroup, get ourselves grounded and centered and ready to absorb. Um, you're gonna enjoy today's mini theme, beyond control. It's very practical for what I'm going through, what you're most likely going through, what the other participants in the class are going through. So, as mothers, we want to protect our kids and not let anything bad happen to them. We feel the pain when they go through physical or emotional pain as if it's happening to us. We can literally feel like it's happening to us. But these past few months have shown me what little control I have over things happening. No matter how protective I am, no matter how wise I try to be and think ahead, some things happen that I simply could not plan for. And at the end of the day, we need to do all that we can, pray and seek good advice, be wise and protect, but there comes a point where we have to learn how to navigate unforeseen circumstances. And we need to show our children that we're willing to learn from current situation, that we're teachable, that we're pliable, and that we will not break when things do not turn out the way we wanted. Our children are carefully watching and listening to us, and they are taking their cues from us. So I don't know about you, but often when something bad happens, I always resort to thinking about what if I did that differently? What if I had just changed this one choice, this one moment that led to the problem? But that kind of thinking is not helpful, because the real lesson here is that we need to come into terms that we are not in control, no matter how hard we try to be. So our class today will center around surrendering. Once again, this is a pretty common theme because it's something I find everybody really struggles with, and realizing that our only job is to pray for protection and safety, to listen to instructions when we pray, and to be obedient and to trust the process even when we're going through a difficult season. So let's go on our mats and we're going to surrender and let it all go. So we'll start with our feet together. Pick up all those 10 toes off the mat, and I want you to look down at your feet and actually see your tendons working. See your muscles, see everything working. It's really good to exercise and work the feet, and then we're gonna place all those 10 toes spread out on the mat. We're gonna do this 3 times. Pick up the toes, let those feet work. Think of lifting up those inner arches, especially if you're flat-footed like I am. Really work those arches as you lift up the toes, and then slowly spread them out and place them down. One more time, we're gonna pick up those 10 toes, lift up through the arches. This time even feel that energy, that line going up the muscles in your legs, all the way up the tree trunks. And then gently release all the 10 toes, spread out. Good, let's inhale, reach the arms up over our head. And let it go through a big exhale. And again, inhale. And let it out. 2 more times. Using your head. Inhale to look up. Exhale, look down. And last one, inhale. And let it out. Good. Open the feet nice and wide, leaving the side of the feet parallel with the sides of your mat. Reach your fingertips out to the sides nice and wide. And we're just gonna lean from side to side, imagining someone's taking our fingertips and gently pulling us. Just move really slow, warming up the intercostal muscles, warming up your hips. And breathe. We surrender. This is our one time in the day that if we're a fast mover, fast thinker, we get to slow it all down. And then we'll come back to the center and exhale, drop the hands. and we're going to come into just some nice big hip circles. So because our legs are so wide, you're going to find that you won't be able to make as big of a circle with your hips, but it really opens up the inner thighs, the hip girdle, sticking the buttocks right to the back when you circle back. Breathing, you can close your eyes and breathe here. And then gently change directions, other way around. Let out a big sigh, release the stress, anything you're holding on to in your body, in your mind, emotions. Good, and then just come back to center. I'm going to turn my body sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to narrow my stance so that my feet are under my hips. And I'm going to isolate my chest, my hands on my hips. I'm going to push my chest forward by squeezing my shoulder blades behind me. And then I'm going to round my back and kind of scoop my stomach in. Now, if you have a hernia, if you have anything that's making you feel like even this scooping out is too much for you, then maybe just work on squeezing the shoulder blades behind you and leaving out the rounding of the back. But if it feels okay, we open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, proud chest. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. 2 more times, push forward. Scoop and hollow out, push back. Last one, reach and push forward. And scoop. And if you can, just hold here. We're going to interlace the fingers in front of us. Send those arms away from you. Chin to chest. Breathe here. Opening the back of your neck, the spine, and getting right in between those shoulder blades where we hold a lot of stress. Let's breathe into the shoulder blades here. And then gently release the hands and come all the way to standing. I'm keeping those legs hip width apart. We're just going to start to move the neck from side to side, bringing the chin to the chest, but not going to the back. So just making half circles. Close your eyes if you feel steady and balanced, and breathe here as you do this. The next time you bring your chin to your chest, just hold your chin to your chest, interlace the fingers behind the head, and let the elbows pull towards each other as you let your head be very heavy here, breathing into your cervical spine. Up the body a little bit more. So I'm going to demonstrate this. We're going to inhale 3 times and exhale once. So I'm going to open my legs just a little bit wider, and each time I inhale, I'm going to bend my knees. So I'm going to inhale with my arms up. I'm going to inhale with my arms coming forward and up. I'm going to inhale with my arms coming to the side and up, and then I'm going to let it all go and go ha, and let that exhale be big. So I have 3 inhales. Inhale, 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 let it out. Inhale, 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 let it out. Inhale, 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 and let it out. That's our control. We're letting out the control. Every time we exhale, we let it out. Good. Let it out. Last one. Let it out. Good. And just let yourself dangle forward in that forward fold. Because it's our first forward fold, you can keep your knees bent just a little bit and either finding your fingertips on your mat in front of your feet if you can, and if you feel more flexible, you can even start to try to put the backs of your hands on the mat. Chin to chest, my knees are slightly bent. Hold here. If you feel dizzy, you can roll up. If you can, close your eyes. Breathe up and down the spine. And then bend the knees a little bit more and gently take your time and slowly roll all the way up. And when you get to the top, roll your shoulders back a few times. We're going to do one more round of that now that you know what you're doing. And if your arms want to do something different and that didn't feel natural to you, do whatever you want. 3 inhales, 1 big exhale, and we're releasing all the stress in our body. So let's go. Inhale, 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 let it out. Inhale. On your own time. Let it out. 2 more times. Last one. Let it out. Just hang here. Hands in front of your feet or beside your feet. Just dangle forward. Let gravity fold you forward. And this time, if your legs are feeling a little warmer, you can start to straighten your knees just a little bit more. Breathe up and down the spine. And then bend your knees, take your time, gently roll slowly all the way up. When you get to the top, big shoulder rolls all the way back. And just continue with those shoulder rolls. Get a nice smooth circle going backwards. Breathing. And change directions going forward. All right, now we're going to squeeze our shoulders up to our ears. We're going to do the opposite of what we normally do. Bring tension into your body, into your fists, into your face. On the count of 3, we're going to let it go. 1, 2, 3, let it out. We're releasing all that control, all that stress. Again, squeeze the face, squeeze the fist, everything tight. 1, 2, 3, let it out. Good, 2 more times. Bunch everything up. Imagine you're making a big ball of stress and letting out on 1, 2, 3. And last time, inhale, squeeze everything, tighten everything. 1, 2, 3, let it out. Good. Shoulder rolls back again. Release that stress in the shoulders. Let go of all those cracks, snaps, pops. Reverse directions. Good. From here, gently turn over to the side. Bring one foot in front and press the other foot behind, working on our calf muscle. Lots of people have really, really tight calf muscles. So the goal is to gently press the heel into the ground. Notice my front knee. It should not be over my ankle. So I want to have it directly over my ankle. And I'm just going to turn both of my hips to square up. Keep pressing that heel into the ground. Lengthen your gastrocnemius muscle. And then if you want more here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, side by side, parallel, palms facing one another. Now we're going to try something challenging. If you feel like you don't want to challenge yourself today, you can just hold this stretch. But we're going to come into a balance because it's important as we get older to work on our balance. So we're going to trust that front leg. We're going to trust it, and we're just going to lift up that back leg just for a second. Point that toe behind you. You can let it be nice and low to the ground if you're nervous about falling, or you can challenge yourself and lift it a little higher. Working on balance, strengthening that ankle. And then when you're ready, step back down, press that heel back into the floor, get a last few seconds of a stretch here. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath when we balance. Sometimes I hold my breath. And then come all through center to the other side. I'm going to press that back heel into the ground. I'm going to make sure this knee is not too far over. If it is, then I need to make my stance a little wider. Good, and notice this side. How does this side compare to the other? Square up your hips. If you're ready, inhale, reach the arms over the head, palms facing one another. Drop your shoulders, relax your face. Now this is my injured ankle side, so if I don't hold it as long as I should, you can hold it longer than me. But it's important to strengthen even injuries as we recover. We gotta get strength back into those tendons, those ligaments, those muscles. So when you're ready, trusting into that leg, gently balancing, pointing that toe behind, leaving that foot low or lifting it up a little bit higher. Feel that ankle strengthening, breathing. And when you're ready, gently placing that foot back down, push that back heel into the ground. Actually, it was okay this time. Hooray, I'm improving. That's always encouraging. Nice big breaths. From here, we're going to bring our hands down onto the mat, straddling that front foot, and just walk the back toe. You can wiggle those back toes so that you're in a high lunge, or you can come straight down into a low lunge. If you're in a low lunge, you can, if you don't have a soft surface, you can fold your mat over, or you can put a pillow. I'm actually going to stay in a low lunge today, but you can stay in a high lunge if you want. If you're in a high lunge, then just bend that knee and drop it down to the floor behind you. We're going to come into a twist. So opposite hand to the inside of that front foot. Inhale and rotate your chest. Come to a twist. This is great for your innards. Your kidneys on the back side are also getting a massage. And then just come back to center. We're going to turn this foot out on a diagonal. So turn your foot out on a diagonal. Bring both hands to the inside of that foot. And just hold here. Your hip flexors are going to be feeling this. Open up your hip sockets. We did this last week, I believe. If you want to try, you can drop down onto your elbows to go deeper, chin to chest. Deep breaths. If you're on your elbows, come back onto your hands and turn that diagonal foot straight forward, changing sides. We're going to drag that leg back, and we're going to use our hands if we need to pull the other leg all the way forward into that high lunge. Notice with my high lunge, knee directly over the front ankle. If you want the high lunge, lift up the back knee. If you want the low lunge, keep it down onto the ground. Make sure you protect your knee. Actually, think about releasing and surrendering your hip socket. Just release it. Try not to tense it up. From here, coming into a twist, use that opposite hand to the inside of the foot and turn and twist. Open your chest. Open your heart. Use your exhale. Soften your face. And when you're ready, exhale, release the hand down. We're going to turn that front foot on a diagonal. Bring both hands to the inside of that front foot and just hold here for a moment. So I'm letting my knee really open up to the side. So instead of just having it directly over the foot, if you want more, you can open that knee even more out to the side. If you want more, come down onto your elbows, interlace the fingers, relax, drop the head. If you're down on your elbows, come back onto your hands and bring the hand to outside of that front foot. Drag that leg back and just bow down. Bring both of your knees together. Bring the buttocks to the heels. Chest melts, heart melts, head melts to the ground. Take a moment here to feel your belly breathing against your thighs. And when you're ready, we're going to come onto our hands and our knees into tabletop position. So wrists are directly underneath your shoulders and knees directly underneath the hips. You could take a look at the creases of your wrists, make sure that they're parallel with the side of your mat. And we're going to do a nice big exercise for our back. So we're going to press our hands into the mat, bring our chin to our chest, open up your back. We're going right into those shoulder blades again. Hold here for a few breaths. See if you can round your back even more. And then just bring yourself back into a neutral tabletop. We're going to do that one more time. Press your hands in. Round the back, chin to chest. And then bring your back into neutral and press back into a bow down position one more time. Reach those fingertips nice and far away from you and then drop the head, the chest. From here, slowly rise back up onto the hands and the knees, and then we're going to make our way into our seated position. And you're going to want your scarf, your towel, or your stretchy band. Or just reach those feet straight out in front of you. Use the scarf and loop it underneath both feet. And just take a moment to sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes, feel your sit bones rooting into the ground, but you're lifting up through the spine, so don't let gravity make you slouch. Lift nice and tall. From here, open the elbows out to the sides and exhale, melt your way down as far as you can go comfortably. And then inhale, lift all the way back up to seated. As you exhale, melt down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And last one, we're going to hold this one. Exhale, melt down, and just hold here, head in line with your spine. See if you can challenge yourself, straighten those legs a little bit more, flex those feet a little bit more. Can you go a little deeper? Last few breaths. Inhale, roll up through the spine. This time you're going to leave the scarf just looped over the right foot, so you can release the left. We're going to inhale and bend the knee towards our chest. Exhale, kick that foot away from you as far as you can. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, kick it away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, send it away, and a little bit higher this time. Last time, inhale. Exhale, this is as far and high as you can go. Lift up. Now notice your spine. If you started to slouch and let gravity get the best of you, see if you can lift up, defy gravity, make yourself taller as you sit here and root those sit bones. And then take both pieces of the scarf into your opposite hand. For me, that's my right foot, left hand. And I'm going to turn my toes to the direction where I'm going to pull my leg across. Opening my arm out to the side to help balance. Feel that nice stretch all the way into your IT band. Right here, right on the outer edge of your leg. If you want more, pull your foot up a little bit higher and then pull it further across. Flex that foot. Relax the shoulders. Sitting tall. And when you're ready, bring that foot back to center. Bend the knee and place it down. Just take a moment to shake out those legs. If you're like me, sometimes you can get a cramp in your hip flexor here. So shake it out, rock it out, in or out. And then we're gonna do it all on the other side. So when you're ready, loop the other foot. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's go. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, kick that leg away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, send it away. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. How high can you send that foot? How straight can you make that leg? Hold here. Sitting tall. And when you're ready, putting both pieces of the scarf into your opposite hand, turn your toes towards the direction and then pull the leg across the body, opening your arm out to the side. If you want more, lift it higher and send it further across. And then gently bring that foot back through center, bend the knee, release the scarf, shake out those legs, release those hip flexors, windshield wiper your feet. We're gonna make our way down to our mat, so do it in the way that feels safe for your body. Take your time. And we'll allow ourselves to just really be nice and still on the mat. Lie here, let yourself feel heavy. Working on our inner thighs, you're gonna draw your soles of your feet together and let your knees feel nice and easy and wide. Let gravity help you open up those inner thighs. You can even use your hands if you want to open those knees even wider. Now, if this is easy for you and you're someone who you have really open hips, you can challenge yourself and bring the soles of your feet a little closer towards your body. From here, we're going to open our arms out to the sides. And this is a position that can make people feel really emotional or really vulnerable. Just allow yourself to breathe and be here. Close your eyes. Big breaths into the belly. Good. Hopefully by now your thoughts have started to slow down. You can just really relax and be in this moment right now. If you want to use your hands, you can. Otherwise, just draw those inner thighs towards each other, closing up the legs, knees pointed to the ceiling. We're going to cross one leg over the other. So just like you're sitting cross-legged, keep your arms out into a T pose, and then let both legs gently and slowly fall over to one side. Whatever side you choose to twist the legs, turn your head the opposite way. Close your eyes, deep breaths. Coming out of this pose, you do need to use your oblique abdominal muscles, your core muscles a little bit. Just carefully lifting those legs back up through center, uncrossing the leg, and coming to the other side. Making sure the back of that knee is tucked nice and close into the front one. And come into the twist. Turn the head the opposite way. When you're ready, use those abdominal muscles, lifting the back up to center. Uncross the legs. We're going to cross the legs one more time, but this time coming into that number 4. So we keep that knee nice and wide and open, and then thread the needle. We did this one last week, working on your piriformis muscle. Let's get a nice stretch for the glutes and the piriformis. Interlace those fingers, and then you can just gently pull that knee, that crossed over ankle in towards your chest. Make sure your foot is flexed so you don't put too much pressure on that knee. And when you're ready, gently release that foot to the floor so you can cross the other way. Crossing the ankle over, flexing that foot, and then thread the needle. Noticing this side of your body. Is it the same? Is it tighter? Is it looser? It's good for us to keep track of these things. Gently pulling that knee and that crossed over ankle towards the chest. And when you're ready, gently release that foot to the floor. One by one, bring both knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around. Give yourself a big hug. Stretch out your back. From here, we're going to let our knees go away from our chest a little bit, place our hands on top of our kneecaps, and just imagine you have two pencils on top of your kneecaps and you're trying to draw a circle on the ceiling. So you get a nice massage as you circle around on your sacrum. Find those sticky spots. Take your time. And when you're ready, reversing the direction. Coming into our last pose today, we have our happy baby pose. So we're going to let our hands come to the outside edges of our feet. We're going to use the hands and the weight to pull the knees in towards the armpits. Flex those feet. If you feel comfortable, you can gently rock from side to side. Really massaging those muscles that surround your spine, that get tense, that get tight, especially if we're sitting a lot. And gently come back to center. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself one more big hug. And we're going to gently roll over onto our side. So I'm going to reach my right arm up over my head and gently let both legs fall over to the right side. Take a moment to lie on your right side for a moment here. And when you're ready to come up to seated, I'm just going to press my hand that's in front of my heart into the floor and slowly make my way up into a seated pose. Try not to move too quickly. Bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. We'll take some moments here just to feel your heartbeat, feel the breath in your belly. Drop your breath right down. Let's do the last few big exhales through the mouth. So we'll inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. This whole idea of just letting go, surrendering again in through the nose. We let go of that control, this illusion that we're in control in the first place. Last time, in through the nose and let it out. And then just take a moment to breathe quietly here. Just take a moment to notice how calm you might feel, how peaceful, how relaxed. And see if you can bring this into the rest of your week. So if something happens and you feel the heart rate go up, you feel your breathing start to be more shallow, more rapid, see if you can drop your breath into your belly and try to slow your breath down. Come back into this moment of full surrender, of peace. So that we're not just calm in these 45 minutes of this class, but we can use these tools in life for the rest of the week. And when you're ready, just start to slowly open your eyes.